Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another speed test. So in this video, we will be checking out the performance of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 against the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. And this phone is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 SoC. We have 6GB of RAM, while the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 685 SoC with 8GB of RAM. On the back, we have a quad cameras on the Redmi Note 11 versus 8 triple cameras on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12. And Note 12 has a 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture main camera. Also we have 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel macro, while the Redmi Note 11 also has a 50 megapixel main camera with 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. We have a completely flat back versus a rounded on the Redmi Note 11, as you can see. Also the frames on both phones is made up of plastic. We have a fingerprint scanner inside the power button, and the sides on the Redmi Note 12 is more flat as compared to the Redmi Note 11. Also on the bottom we have a speaker grill and a USB Type-C port. On the top we have our headphone jack. We have another speaker grill on Note 11 versus inside the earpiece on the Note 12, which is a really disappointing thing. So I am very excited to see that how is the Redmi Note 12 is gonna perform against the Redmi Note 11 with their Snapdragon 680. Let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. And I just feel the vibration on both phones, and you can see logos came up much slower on the Redmi Note 12 and both phones. And the Redmi Note 12 is running on Android 13 with MIUI version 14, while this phone is running on MIUI 13, which is based on Android 12. So let's see who is faster. You can see Redmi Note 12 faster when it comes to booting up, while the Redmi Note 12 is taking a lot of time. I don't know why. So now the Redmi Note 12 also done as well. So we have a 2 or 3 second difference, maybe more, between these devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these devices. The Redmi Note 12 has a bigger 6.67 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED with a 120Hz refresh rate this time, while the Redmi Note 11 has a 6.4 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED with 90Hz refresh rate, and both phones also has its center punch hole on the top, and the bottom chin it is more smaller on the previous, as you can see, Redmi Note 11. So guys, everything's closed up in the background. No application is running in the background. So opening up phone dialer, little faster on the Note 11. So now let's open settings, again very similar. So now let's go to the display. We have 120Hz refresh rate versus a 90Hz on the Redmi Note 11. Also in the display it is more brighter on the Note 12. We have 1200 nits of peak brightness versus a 1000 nits on the Redmi Note 11. So now check out some more apps. Amazon Shopping with same Wi-Fi network, and the new one is slightly faster. And scrolling wise, both phones is perform really smooth, but again with the 120Hz we have extra smoothness in every application. Again Note 12 is slightly faster. So now let's see Candy Crush Saga, Snapdragon 685 versus Snapdragon 680. Exactly the same on both phones. Instagram slightly faster. Let's pin out, little faster on the Note 11, as you can see. And now let's see Snapchat, that is similar. Subway Surfer, and you can see, and the Snapdragon 685 and 680, both phones is perform very similar. But this time Redmi Note 12 is taking the lead. So let me show the speakers on both phones. Note 12, and here is the Redmi Note 11. And guys, in my opinion, and the speakers it is little more louder on the Note 12, but as far as the bass are concerned it is more higher on the Redmi Note 11. So now let's temper and 2. Let's see this time which one is faster. Snapdragon 685 versus a Snapdragon 680. So you can see both phones is perform very close. I wish that we have a more powerful SoC on the newer Redmi Note 12. And now let's see PUBG Mobile. Snapdragon 685, it is a little overclock version of the Snapdragon 680. So Note 12 is slightly faster, as you can see, not a big difference. And now let's check out Twitter. That one faster on the Note 11. So now let's see Zedge, and this time very similar. And now let's see scrolling, and that is feels obviously more smoother on the Redmi Note 12 with their 120Hz refresh rate. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones before camera application. So let's see which one is faster. So both phones is open the camera at the same time, and the cam performance in my opinion it is more better on the Redmi Note 12. So anyways, now let's look at the front facing camera. More sharper on the Redmi Note 12. But now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am seeing default Google Chrome on both phones with same Wi-Fi network, wikipedia.org. Very similar performance. Scrolling feels little smoother on the Note 12 if I see very closely, but you can see. So next on the list is the Samsung.com. This time both phones is perform exactly the same. We can see the little hiccups on the Note 12, on the Note 11 I mean, but not on the Note 12. Note 12 I feel it is a little more optimized phone in that area in terms of the smoothness wise. So now let's see RAM management on both phones. And the newer Redmi Note 12 here in the Pakistan market, we have 8GB of RAM versus a 6GB on the Note 12 versus a 6GB on the Note 11. And this phone also available with a 4GB of RAM variant, but I have the 6GB of RAM. So phone dialer, that is not refresh. I accidentally open the settings. So phone dialer also not refresh. And now let's see settings, still there. And now let's see Amazon shopping, that got refresh on the Note 11. Candy Crush Saga refresh on the Note 11. Instagram pin out, Snapchat, Subway Surfer. And now let's see Temper and 2. And now let's see PUBG. Now let's opening up the Twitter, Zedge, and last we're back to the internet browser which was accidentally removed by me. So overall I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11, both phones is perform very similar in most of the application, but sometimes the Redmi Note 12 is taking the lead by only 1 or 2 second difference. So in terms of the RAM wise in that area, the Redmi Note 12 is perform excellent in the RAM management, while on the Note 11 we have a lot of refresh. Now let's talk about the battery sizes, and both phones has a 5000 mAh battery size. We have 33 watt fast charging. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.